Aloha everyone. So today I wanted to talk about the vagus nerve and how to activate your parasympathetic nervous system in order to manage stress. Basically, your vagus nerve is the longest cranial nerve that runs from your brainstem to your large intestine, which basically is our connection from our brain to our organs. And as you know, a lot of our traumatic experiences and stress is stored in our organs, right? When you learn how to stimulate the vagus nerve, you're able to activate the parasympathetic nervous system, which is our rest and digest state where we can deal with stress. It's this calm and slow and deep breathing state versus the fight or flight state, right? Which is where we're in a survival state of mind and our organs basically shut down and your heart rate speeds up and all these things that aren't really good for you in the long term because it increases aging. So here are 5 easy ways to biohack your nervous system. The first thing is understanding the vagus nerve. So I don't know about y'all, but I know the best sleeping position is to lay flat on your back and also having your head not propped up so high on a pillow because it's bad for your spine. It is better to sleep on a firmer mattress because that way your spine isn't being concave when you're sleeping. The best way to stimulate your vagus nerve is sleeping on your side, actually. So what I do is if I'm having a hard time falling asleep on my back, because I feel like I'm hyper aware of everything in my body after going to massage school and learning anatomy, also like energy medicine in the body. Usually I find sleeping on your side helps you fall asleep, and once you are producing enough melatonin and sleepy enough, I like to lay on my back just because it's better for your neck and your spine. If you have a hard time falling asleep, it actually tells you that your hormones are off balance. So there are many different things in our life that influence the hormone balance. One of them is coffee, which I'm about to talk about. So me personally, as someone who is very sensitive to caffeine, I do enjoy or indulge in a cup of coffee every now and then, pretty often actually, since I've been working from home. And I find that it really wrecks your nervous system because it puts you in this fight or flight mode right away. These are just natural supplements I always take to counteract or to balance out the effects of the caffeine. The first thing is CBD oil. So this is my favorite CBD oil. This is probably my 3rd bottle. You just take about 7 to 10 drops under your tongue. Over time, it starts to, honestly, when I take it with coffee in the rising, I feel high just from doing deep breathing because coffee like speeds you up, but the CBD oil slows you down. And I feel like the CBD oil helps me gain awareness of my breath. And when I do activate the deep breathing with it, it honestly makes me feel like I'm high. The best way to work with the cannabis medicine is through oils and ingesting it. So some days I might have yerba mate or matcha just so I take a break from it. Another thing I've recently been obsessed with is shilajit, which is a mineral resin that you can put in your coffee. And as you know, coffee depletes minerals in your body, right? Shilajit, this is from Fractal Forest, a small business in Kauai, and they give up free samples of this, but you just have to pay $10 for shipping, which I really recommend if you never tried Shilajit before. It has a lot of fulvic acid and restores the Jing or the vital life force energy in your body. 2 other favorite things is ashwagandha, which I've been taking for years, along with lion's mane, which, as many of y'all know about adaptogenic mushrooms, lion's mane helps you regenerate nerves and also improves your memory, along with ginkgo. Those I like to take in liquid form because I feel like the tinctures have the most like absorbability. So basically this mushroom coffee that I have has L-theanine and also lion's mane, which every time I have that, I don't get that crash in the afternoon. Every time I have coffee, it's very intentional and I have to make sure to supplement these other herbs to balance it out, if that makes sense. L-theanine is also really good for stress management and it helps to bring your hormones in balance so you're not like on a roller coaster throughout the day. It's crazy because you actually feel a difference. So our brainstem is basically the reptilian brain, which is responsible for survival. And when I was working a regular job, every time I came back from working, I would notice my nervous system is really jacked up, like I'm really hyped and I have to take time to calm down. And the first thing you notice is like, how are you breathing? If your breathing is up here, short and shallow, it means that you're in your fight or flight state. Sometimes it's hard to just slow down your breathing, right? And what really helps with that is toning or humming and oming. So I used to drive back from my job and I would om on the drive back. Or singing is also really good in the car. So our vocal cords is right next to the vagus nerve, and when you do stimulate it, it helps to promote relaxation. Also sound. So as you know, bells and wind chimes and stuff like that keep evil spirits away because the sound is vibration that breaks up this dense concentrated energy, right? If it tries to come around you, which is why in a lot of ancient cultures, they have the babies wear like the gold and the silver because these precious metals also have metaphysical properties of protection and it's such a high vibration that it keeps negative energies away. Listening to frequency music, which nowadays you can find all over YouTube, as well as like the hand pan, which is like one of my favorite like instruments to listen to. So pranayama is basically controlling your breathing to promote mind body spirit connection, right? And in yoga, they teach the ujjayi breathing, which is the breath of the ocean, where you're pinching the back of your throat. So it sounds like the ocean. It sounds like you're fogging up the back of a mirror. So in yoga, when you're in a very challenging asana and you use this breathing, it helps you create more energy in the body, right? Breathing through your nose is so important because it keeps your prana in the body. If you're exhaling through your mouth and you're breathing through your mouth, you're literally losing energy. If you're breathing through your nose, it circulates into your brain and into your whole entire body. So you're generating prana. So when I'm meditating every rising, I like to consciously press my tongue into the roof of my mouth. That way you close the mouth connection and you're entirely breathing into your pranic channel. I don't know how to explain it, but when you inhale, I think a lot of people in meditation try to be as still as possible. But when I'm meditating, I'm literally breathing into my spine. So whatever movement you need to like unblock your spine. So with yoga, it's like using your breath and your movement to move past these blocks, right? For me, as soon as I sit down to meditate, I need to get my spine in the right alignment in order for the prana to flow through my spine. So that's something you could try, is like when you meditate, visualize yourself breathing into your spine. It's kind of crazy because with every inhale, you can actually feel yourself like getting high off of the air. It's definitely prana. Another thing I used to do a lot was smelling essential oils, and I used to carry this bottle of frankincense around with me, and you would just smelling the resin of this tree is like so calming and grounding. Maybe because I'm a Taurus moon. I also saw this thing. It's called Boom Boom Sticks, and it's menthol and essential oils. I saw it on TikTok Shop. And honestly, throughout the day, I would just sniff this because it's like lavender and menthol, and it just really calms you down, which I love. It's like essential oils. If you have a bottle of lavender oil, you could do that too. So the last thing is cold exposure. I used to have a rose quartz face roller. When I was living in Maui, I used to keep it in the freezer all the time, and it actually broke, which was really sad. This one is actually aventurine. I really like the rose quartz. Also, the gua sha. Basically, anything cold that you put on your face helps to activate your vagus nerve too. So cold showers, probably not in the winter time. You can end your showers with like cold water. If you need that boost of mental clarity, probably not right before you go to bed. Cold immersions and ice baths are really popular nowadays. It might not be for everyone, but you can start with putting the cold crystals on your face, because this is like a massager, and also if you massage your neck, it really helps to like drain the lymph. It just really brings more awareness to your body overall, and that's how you calm your nervous system, is being grounded and just being hyper aware of how certain things make you feel. Our sensitivity is a gift, and we have to learn how to navigate and regulate our hormones. That way you can listen to your intuition clearly without distortions. I also just want to say this is not medical advice. The only background I have is in yoga, which I've been practicing for about 13 years. And also I went to massage school and learned a lot of anatomy and was licensed at one point. This is just knowledge that I've gathered over the years of just being passionate about health and also well-being. So yeah, I hope you enjoyed today's video. Let me know if you have any questions in the comments. And peace. I hope you have a beautiful day.